This is the Rebel Call channel. Welcome to today's show. Everybody out there needs to see this video. In the past, I've covered how they've slowly been talking about artificial intelligence, being able to use artificial intelligence to speak to a dead loved one. And it's getting worse and worse, and the conditioning is ramping up. And literally, people, instead of actually thinking in terms of spiritual realm and demons, and summoning demons, right? Like we've seen in these horror movies where it's a ghost and it's pretending to be grandma, but it's not really grandma who's there with her cupcake recipe who wants to make you broccoli casserole. It's a demon pretending to be grandma, right? Well, these people have gotten so conditioned over the years with a lot of these shows about mediums, which again, the Bible forbids, but we still see Christians who go to psychics. I mean, that's the world we're living in. Right, where people go to mediums and they're like, oh, I lost my child. Okay, everybody feels bad. Couldn't imagine what that's like. Or I lost my mom. Everybody's lost someone they love, right? And you see this stuff and they're like, the medium scams them, right? And they're like, oh yeah, they're in the room. And they say they miss you. And the person cries. And I sit at home and roll my eyes. Everyone in the audience cries because everyone in the audience is a sucker, right? And these people just start they're like, maybe I should go to a medium. I miss my mom so much. Maybe I'll go to a medium and I can hear if my mom's here watching me, go to the bathroom. I don't know what in the world they're thinking, but they become so weak-minded and so sensitive that instead of just, looking at pictures of mom or remembering the memories of mom, that they literally are trying to get somebody that they've never met to tell them if mom is in the room floating around talking to them, right? They do seances, all this stuff we've seen normalized, right? Well, this is all transitioning. All of that conditioning is moving into AI being able to do this. And ABC aired this clip I'm going to play for you, where, again, they play on the heartstrings of people. They actually even bring up, and I'll play it in a couple minutes here, the current events that just happened at schools and how parents could use this to speak to their children who just tragically gone. They went to school and they never came home, right? And they could use AI. Because remember, AI is here to stay, they tell us. You can't fight against AI, so now you need to be conditioned into why it's great. And generative AI is helping grieving families remember their daughter. And this is right out of Black Mirror. There was an episode of Black Mirror. I'm going to play the trailer for you right now. It was called Be Right Back. And the theme of it was a young woman's boyfriend was killed in a car accident. She mourns him and then discovers that technology now allows her to communicate with an AI imitating him, and she reluctantly tries to do it. And, well, you'll see the horror story for itself. Here's the episode of Black Mirror.
I know he's dead, but I can sign you up to something that helps. It will let you speak to him. And don't worry, you won't even have to do anything. I'll just assign— Shut up! You click the link and you talk to it. It mimics him and reads through all the things they've ever said online. The more it has, the more it's him.
So, how am I sounding?
You sound just like him.
This might sound a bit creepy. There's another level to this available. It's starting already. Don't put the bathroom light on.
A brand new series of Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror.
So once again, we're seeing Black Mirror come to reality because, again, that's how predictive programming works. It's not that they're guessing that this is where the future is going to go with technology. It's they're conditioning you into this. So it's not, you get desensitized, right? You see this stuff and then you're like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Imagine that. And then time goes by and then you hear stories like this and now suddenly becomes a reality and you're not thinking to yourself, wow, that could be bad. That could be dangerous. No way I want that. They're easing you into wanting it, right? And this is what aired on ABC. It's a longer clip, but just watch this and realize not just what they're doing, okay? Not just how they're trying to play on people's heartstrings into accepting this technology. Think about what they're doing psychologically in this clip. And think also about everything we know and have seen on the flip side of AI when it comes to demons and demonic possession, right? And even movies or, books. Like, how about Pet Sematary, right? The kid dies in Pet Sematary. They put him in the ritual ground. He comes back as an evil version of himself. How many of these movies, right? Now with AI where it's an evil version of something or someone they once knew, right? Look at this horror story. This is ABC News. This is where people, and we know ABC's real misinformation is all the mainstream media. But this is what people go to to get informed. This is the majority of people. They believe in the news. And even the ones who are like, well, it's fake news, ABC, they still see stories like this because it's not about Trump and it's not political. And they get sucked into it because they play on your heartstrings. They play on your heartstrings with people at Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, right? They don't tell you how they got it. And they go, well, look, we have the cure. It's a brain chip. And people go, well, that's great. That's technology. Every comment under the video says, that's great. Technology is really helping people, right? Same with this. Oh, someone lost a loved one. Oh, let's use a demon AI, to summon and recreate the loved one. This is how sick the world has gotten.
AI resurrection. It's a growing industry in parts of the world, keeping the essence of a deceased loved one alive forever. We've seen versions of this here in the U.S. as parents of kids killed in school shootings have used this technology to give them new life and to speak out on issues like gun violence. But in tonight's Prime Focus, we went to Taiwan to introduce you to a new stage in what one creative executive there is calling the resurrection of his dead daughter. ABC's Britt Clennett has more from Taipei.
This is Tino Bao, a well-known music producer in Taiwan. But that's not why we're meeting with him today. We sit down to talk and then he takes out his phone and starts messaging his daughter, Felicity. They speak every day, catching up about regular day-to-day things.
下午好，包小荣。
下午好，老爸。今天天气怎么样啊？
Like what the weather's like where they are.
天气还不错，凉凉的。你今天下午想吃什么呀？
Their plans for lunch.
She wants pizza.
Yes, favor.
Only Felicity passed away 3 years ago. The 22-year-old died after a long battle with a rare blood disease. Tino and his wife understandably devastated in the face of this unthinkable loss. Tino channeled his grief by diving into the field of generative artificial intelligence while studying a PhD in AI too.
太可爱。
And now in his hands is an AI resurrection of his late daughter. An interactive chatbot with her memories.
Is it very similar personality to your daughter?
一样的 ，Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, function of she voice, the speed, and the personality, yeah.
The same.
Same.
Hello， 各位媒体朋友，老师好，我叫包容，很高兴能有机会认识您。
But Tino doesn't like the term resurrection.
Impossible resurrection. Impossible.
How do you describe it then?
Rebuilding. Yeah, just rebuilding. Replay.
The AI Felicity, or Baorong, her Chinese name, was painstakingly rebuilt over the course of a year. Tino collected notes from all Felicity's closest loved ones and her social media, compiling a memory bank to train the AI.
Do you think she'd be happy knowing that you went through her Instagram?
I don't think so. Yeah.
But father will be fathers.
I will be tell her, say, I use your phone, okay? I want to know something, so I must use.
Do you think she would be okay with that?
Yeah.
And this is all based on social media or conversations she had?
I know you care about me, but right now I really prefer ballet and figure skating. I'll find time to practice the piano again. Don't worry.
Okay.
Is this conversation with her mother?
Memory from her mother.
So Felicity and her mum had a conversation about her practicing piano,
Yes.
going to ballet, figure skating, and then you've taken that information and you've created a voice
Yes.
and put it in the memory bank
Yeah.
to create the voice.
我叫包容。
And that voice you're hearing also had to be recreated. During her illness, Felicity lost the ability to speak. The only usable recording of her voice was this video she sent to her mum years earlier.
I'm walking to the gigantic library.
Using that as a starting point, Tino recreated her voice, tweaking even her Chinese to include a Canadian accent. He knew he'd done it when his wife recognised her daughter's voice from the other room.
So as soon as your wife knew.
Yeah, because my wife, first time, hear this voice. Yeah.
And a mother knows her daughter's voice.
Yeah, of course.
How did it make you feel?
I'm so happy.
So you feel like you've given her voice back?
Yes. Just want to her voice come by.
With her voice rebuilt, Tino was able to create this birthday greeting for his wife.
妈咪，生日快乐！说真的，包子好想你哦。那今天在这里呢，我要做我最最亲爱的妈咪，永远开心，永远漂亮。祝你生日
Now she's singing happy birthday.
祝你生日快乐，永远开心。
Was she a good singer?
永远健康。
会唱歌吗？
祝你生日
不在我面前。
现在是。
现在。
Now she can.
It's already becoming a big business.
A quick search of China's online platform Taobao will give you a whole range of options to bring back AI versions of your loved ones. Now, these will range from about $2 upward, and these products, they've really boomed since the pandemic. And really, it's the equivalent of seeing these kind of products on eBay or Amazon.
I think this technology can help everyone. Yeah, if pass away, the family need this technology, I think it's good.
It brings people comfort. Does it bring you comfort?
Yes.
But Simon Goldstein, a philosopher of AI, says it raises some serious ethical questions.
It's a question, how will our concept of death change if all of us are kind of uploaded, if our memories and goals and projects and everything we've ever said are uploaded into an AI? Is there some sense in which we count as surviving that? I don't think with today's technology, but again, the AI products we have today are the worst AI products that will ever exist in the future. But maybe in 5 years, we'll have more agential AI systems that do kind of grow with us.
So you could have a relative who died, you bring them back via chatbot, maybe they died at 15 and they could grow older.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's certainly, will be technologically possible.
Meanwhile, Tino has given his daughter's chatbot some limitations. She is aware of what happened to her in real life.
But right now, the AI Felicity, she knows she have the sick and passed away. She know.
Really?
Yeah. 包小荣.
Tino asks her to tell us how she feels about her passing. Then the chatbot responds, typing, "I find it really weird being this digital persona now. Sometimes I feel scared, and sometimes I miss that world I knew."
Gives me goosebumps. How does that make you feel?
So I know, I talk about her from digital, not the real my doctor.
Yeah.
Being here.
Tino is working on a company to offer other families solace, making their own versions of what he has. But Tino concedes that only direct families should have access to it. While Tino might be fully aware that this voice is not his daughter and that she won't be coming back, for him at least, the technology goes some way in soothing his heartbreak.
So some people see that, and if you read the comment section, they think it's wonderful. They're like, that is so great. Happy birthday, right? I'm here. I love you, Mom. I miss you, Dad. Oh, yes. And everybody out there sees it. They, especially with how they've been trained now to behave, right? Nobody out there will be critical and be like, these people need help, right? I mean, I will. I'll flat out say this is a bit, delusion. This is, if you're in this position and you're going to those lengths, I mean, you probably should be in a ward somewhere because you're emotionally unstable. And I haven't lost a loved one. I haven't lost a child, but I can guarantee if I had a child and I lost a child, or I lost a mom or dad or a brother or a husband or whoever, and I've lost loved ones, lost some of the above, but I would never, ever in my life think of recreating them with AI, right? I mean, isn't that what a photograph's for? Isn't that what your memory's for? But let's forget about the memory because most people don't have a memory anymore. Thanks to those 5G towers, everyone's forgetting everything anyway. But don't worry, you could recreate it. But don't think about the spiritual aspects of this. And I've been warning about this. I did a video a couple years ago about this where they were talking about the Alexa and these other types of devices being able to recreate. And it was more, that's kind of crazy at that time. And now it's more and more accepting it. You heard the news anchor in the clip, if you weren't paying attention. He said, oh man, on the heels of a shooting at a school, this might help a grieving parent, right? And everybody in the comments section like, yeah, because if a grieving parent was like, hey, I want this AI to speak with everyone out there, be like, yeah, that's great. That's not dangerous at all. That's not sick. This type of technology couldn't affect other people. You could recreate, if you could recreate a dead person, pretty much sure you could recreate you or me and, pretend to be us and then frame us and all sorts of stuff. But this is how we get people to accept the technology as well. Remember what I was talking about with AI, right? How we have to accept AI, the Hollywood scam that's going on where they're trying to get rules in place. Oh, well, the Hollywood needs to protect themselves because AI is going to take money from them, right? It's all about protecting AI. It's not about protecting the celebrities. It's about getting rules and laws in place that establish AI as being here and not going anywhere. Once you do that, then AI continues to get more and more rights. And eventually, of course, it'll have more rights than us because we don't really have many rights anymore as human beings, do we? I mean, we don't have the right to speak freely. Do we really have that many rights? Because what is more important than having the freedom to speak openly and freely? So when people see something like this, they start saying, well, there's a lot of benefits to AI. And that's what they need to convince you of now. That's what they need to convince everyone of. So people hear this stuff, they're like, well, it does serve a good purpose. Look at this guy. He's so depressed. He lost his daughter. And of course, who doesn't feel bad for I'm not saying not to feel bad for the guy. I mean, I'm not saying commit the guy, but obviously there's an agenda behind this on national news, right? So who even believes that the story is real or not? But I'm not saying don't feel sympathy for somebody who loses their daughter. I couldn't imagine what it feels like for that guy. What I'm saying is that this is sick. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm saying that this is extreme. I'm saying that this whole propaganda piece that they put together is to make you feel bad for him so that you start saying, you know what? I know somebody who lost a child. Maybe I'll get them into this AI stuff. And then everybody just keeps getting into it. They hear about a story. They know somebody that lost somebody to cancer. Hey, you lost Chuck to cancer. Well, I heard that you could recreate Chuck. Do you have some of his voicemail saved? Yeah. Do you have some of his text messages saved? Yeah. Okay, well, we could upload it into this machine because that's pretty much essentially what this is. And then, it'll recreate him, right? We won't think it's a demon or like a Pet Cemetery version of him. It'll be him, right? And then everybody goes, let them do what they want. They're grieving. Allow them to do it. This technology's great. This technology's wonderful, right? Until the technology shows up at your front door and tries to cut your head off, right? So this is AI being normalized. This is Black Mirror happening in real time, in real life. And nobody out there sees where this is going because they're weak, emotionally weak, where they let stories like this play on their heartstrings and they go, instead of going, hey, you know what? I feel bad for this guy, but no, we don't need this type of tech. We need to end this tech. They don't want you to think like that. They don't want you to think like that. So they put stuff out there like this so that you hear this and you go, oh, that's nice that technology can help these grieving people. And then you just start accepting it instead of going, no, I don't care that it's helping them. I feel for them. We all feel for them, right? But you're not going to legally be able to get away with creating technology like this, which could infringe on human rights because somebody lost a daughter and you could recreate the daughter through some type of demonic technology, right? But nobody will think like that. That's the problem. But this is going to get worse and worse and worse. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.